Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in today's video, we are going to solve questions related to your Infosys Aptitude questions and answer. In this one single video, you are going to get questions from 10 to 12 different topics. So just by practicing the questions from one single video, you are going to get the practice of different topics. So make sure to solve all the questions that we are covering in this video because you are going to learn all the different types of formulas that are getting applied in these types of different questions. So without wasting any time, let's get started with today's video. But before that, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel as I regularly post these kinds of helpful videos for all of you on daily basis on my channel. Also, there is a complete playlist on Infosys Prep on my channel. Make sure to check the other videos also in this playlist because other questions are also covered in the same playlist in different videos. So guys, let's get started with the first question. Okay, the next question is an aeroplane covers a certain distance at a speed of 240 km per hour in 5 hours. To cover the same distance in 2 by 3 hours, it must travel at a speed of, and then we have to find that speed. See, in order to find speed, we know the formula is speed is equals to distance upon time, right? So, let me tell you. So, see, in order to find the speed, we need distance and time, two values. Okay, and distance in this much hours, which means the time with which we have to find out is already given to us, which is 2 by 3, which can also be written as 5 by 2. Okay, how I have done is 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 5, so 5 by 3. Okay, 5 by 3 is the time that we are going to use in this formula, okay, in the denominator, but we do not have the distance value. See, it told to cover the same distance, but in the top portion also there is nowhere distance is given to us. What is given to us is speed, okay, which is 240 km per hour, and then hours is given to us, which is time, okay, 5 hours, but distance is not given to us. Okay, we are just told that both the distance are same for both the cases. Okay, distance is same for both the cases. Now we can easily find distance if speed and time is given to us, right? So what we will do first is, based on this speed and time that is given to us, we will find distance, and that distance we are going to use in this second case of ours, and we will find out the complete solution. Okay, see, speed is equals to distance upon time, so distance will be what? Speed into time. Simple. Speed given is 240 kilometers, and time is 5 hours. When we will multiply this, we will get 1200. Okay, which means the distance value is what? Distance value is 1200. Okay, 1200 kilometer. Now we have to find this speed, so we will put 1200 as the distance value. Let's solve it further. So 1200 divided by 5, and that 3 will come here as multiply. Okay, now you will solve it further, it will get cut off. So 5 like 5 2s are 10, and 5 4s are 20, 240 it will get cut off, and then when you will further multiply 240 with 3, you will get 720. So 720 kilometer per hour will be your, like, speed. So let's see if we have that option. Yes, option number D is 720 kilometer per hour. So the answer for this question will be option number D, 720 kilometer per hour. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question says A alone can do a piece of work in 6 days, B alone can do it in 8 days, A and B undertook to do it for 3200. With the help of C, they completed the work in 3 days. How much is to be paid to C? Okay, so basically we are given some data here first of all. Okay, A alone can do a piece of work in 6 days, which means A's 1 day work is what? A's 1 day work will be 1 by 6, right? B alone can do it in 8 days, which means B's 1 day work will be 1 by 8. Okay, and A and B undertook to do it for 3200. What does this mean? That for the total work, okay, that they do it, okay, doesn't matter who is doing when, from start to end, whatever the work they all do, okay, they will get paid 3200. Okay, now C, with the help of C, they have completed the work in 3 days. Okay, now for 3 days of work that the C has done, how much out of 3200 should be paid to him? Okay, we have to find out that. Now how we will find out that? First of all, if we have the value of C's 1 day work, okay, then we can find that out easily. So first of all, let's do that. Let us find out the, portion of C, that how much work he is doing in 1 day. So we have one idea that with the help of C, they completed the work in 3 days. That is the total number of days in which they have completed the work is 3. Okay, which means A plus B plus C, okay, 1 day work will be how much? 1 by 3. How I have found out this is, it is told that they have completed the work in 3 days. Entire work is completed in 3 days. So entire work is done by A, B and C all. Okay. So that is why we are saying that A plus B plus C's 1 day work is 1 by 3. Now if we have this thing, we can easily find out, because A plus C, B plus C's 1 day work, like if we substitute it further, A's 1 day work is 1 by 6, B's 1 day's work is 1 by 8, and C we have to find out. Okay, and this is the equation that we are getting. So 1 by 3 minus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 8. I'm just taking it on the other side. 1 by 3. This will be, if we will take the LCM, what it will be? 6 and 8, it will be 24. So if I will do 1 by 6 multiplied by 24, it will get 6 will get cut by 24 with 4, and 8 with 3 divided by 24. Solving it further, 1 by 3 minus 7 by 24. 3 and 24 LCM is going to be 24, so 3 8. Okay, and then 24 and will get cancelled by 24, so 7 will stay. 8 minus 7 will be 1 by 24. So 1 by 24 is 1 day work of like C. Okay, now we have to find out the share of C, right? Because out of total amount is 3200. So what we can say is C's share for 3 days. Okay, C share for 3 days will be how much? C is in 3 days, C is doing 1 by 24 of work and is going to get paid out of 3200. So when we will solve this much, we will find out easily the share of C. So 3 8s are 24, and then we will have 3200 divided by 8, which will be 8 4s are 32. So 400 is the amount which C is going to get. Okay, C's share will be 400. So let's see if we have that option. Yes, option B is 400, which is the correct answer for this question. I hope you have got it. Let's quickly recap it, what we have done here. See, we in the question itself, we were given A's 1 day work. Okay, from that we have found out 1 by 6. In the same way, we have found out the value of B's 1 day work, which was 1 by 8. And using this, we have found out C's share. How we have done that? Because we were told that the complete work was done in 3 days. So we have formulated this equation that A plus B plus C's 1 day work is 1 by 3. Now in this equation, we have like substituted all the values. Finally, we got the amount of work that C will do in 1 day, and then we were told to ask C's share for 3 days. So in 3 days, the amount of work that C has done is 1 by 24. We have just simply multiplied it with the total wage that they have gotten. So we have in this way found out the share that C will get, which is 400. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is option B, 400. Let's look at this question. The question says Rohan invested an amount of rupees 13,900 divided in two different schemes, scheme A and scheme B, at the simple interest rate of 14% per annum, 11% per annum respectively. If the total amount of simple interest earned in 2 years to be 3,508, what was the amount invested in scheme B? Okay, see guys, the question is simple. It's just that it is a lot of data that is given to us, so some of the students might get confused. Let's see how we are going to solve it. See, we are told that Rohan has invested a particular amount in two different schemes. Okay, scheme A and B, and we are clearly told that simple interest of scheme A and simple interest for scheme B, okay, is equals to total simple interest, obviously, right? So here, if you read here, if the total amount of simple interest earned in 2 years to be 3,508, which means total simple interest value is already given to me. Now I have to substitute the values over here. So we already know the formula for simple interest is PRT divided by 100. Okay, so in this case, what I will do is simple interest for scheme A, I will put P, principal amount of A, date amount of A, and time of A. Okay, divide by 100. In the same way, I will put a plus in between, and then principal amount of B, date amount of B, and then time in B scheme, and then 100. Let's see if we have all this PARA, TA, and PB, RB, TB values or not. So first of all, what we are told is Rohan invested an amount of 13,900 divided in two different schemes A and B. Okay, so what we are told is Rohan has invested this total amount. Okay, so we are not told individual principal amounts of A and B. Okay, so what we will do is we will assume principal amount of A to be X. Then what will be the principal amount of B? See, according to the question, it is very clear that principal amount of A plus principal amount of B is equals to 13,900, because that is the total money or the amount Rohan had initially, which he invested in two schemes, right? A and B. So we have assumed principal amount of A to be X, then what we can say, principal amount of B to be simply PB is equals to 13,900 minus X, right? So that is why I'm considering this to be this much. Okay, so now we have PA PB value. Let's see if we have rate values or not. So here it is mentioned that two different schemes A and B at the simple interest rate of 14% and 11%, which means we also have the values of rates. Okay, so I'm writing it over here. So our A is what, 14%, and then rate for B scheme is what, 11%. Okay, if the total amount of simple interest earned in 2 years, which means for both the schemes he has invested in like 2 years, so TA and TB both are what, 2 years only. Okay, so now since we have all the values, let's substitute that in the equation to find our final answer. So now PA value that I had is X, then rate A is 14, time is 2 divided by 100, plus in this case PB value is what, let me write it down. PB value we have found out to be 13,900 minus X. Okay, this is my PB value. Rate B value is 11 and time is 2 again over here, divided by 100 again. Okay, and this side, this both will add up to give 3508. Now we need to solve this equation to find the value of X, and then we will find our final answer. Let's see what it will be. See, here it will be 28X. Okay, 14 into 2, 28 into X, 28X plus okay, I'm directly writing the solution so that it will be easy. I'm not writing the entire step by step because it will take a lot of time. So minus 22X, but you have to solve it on your own. Okay, the entire equation, 350 800 minus 13,900 multiplied by 22. Okay, this we will when we will solve, this will be the next step, and then 28X minus 22X will be 6X, and this side it will be 45,000. Okay, so in this way the X value that we will be getting is 7,500. Now what is asked, what was the amount invested in scheme B? Amount invested means principal amount, which was PB. So PB we have considered as 13,900 minus X. So PB is equals to 13,900, and we already have the X value, which is 7,500. So I will put it over here. So I will get the PB value as 6,400. So let's see if we have that option. Yes, option A only 6,400. So the correct answer for this question will be option number A, which is 6,400. I hope you have understood it, what was the question and how to solve it. These types of questions are very common, so you should have a good practice of solving these questions. So guys, let's now move on to the next question. Let's read this question. In a mixture 60 liters of in a mixture of 60 liters, the ratio of milk and water is 2:1. If this ratio is to be 1:2, then the quantity of water to be further added is what? Okay, we have to find that. So guys, let's understand how we will solve it. See, first of all, let us identify, because the total mixture that is given to us is 60 liters. Okay, we will identify the quantity of milk in this. Okay, quantity of milk. How we will find out the quantity of milk? Basically, we are given the ratio of milk is to water. So using this ratio, we can easily find out the quantity of milk. See, this is milk ratio and this is water ratio. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take 2, okay, which is milk ratio, divided by the total, which is 2 plus 1, multiplied with the total mixture, okay, quantity, which is 60. Further solving it, it will be 2 by 3 multiplied by 60, which is this will get cancelled, and we will get 40. So 40 liter is the milk, and then in that 20 liters of water is getting added. Okay, how am I saying quantity of water? 20 liter. Obviously, see, quantity of water, total mixture is how much? 60, right? So out of that 40 is milk, so remaining is what? Water. So that is how I'm saying 20 liter of water is there. Okay, so we had like 40 liters of milk and 20 liters of water. So now what is asked to us? If this ratio is to be 1:2, then the quantity of water to be further added. So now in the same way, it has asked us that there is a new ratio that is given to you. Okay, and your duty, and it is also told that while creating this new ratio, some amount of water is added, and you have to find that what is the exact amount of that water is added. Okay, so let us assume water to be added bx. Okay, water to be added bx. Okay, and using this we will formulate our equation. See, we have like for see how am I writing this is milk, okay, on the top, water on the down portion. Milk is about 40 and water is how much? 20, and we are told that some amount of water has to be added, which means x, which we have considered, will be added. And when we do this, what will be our new ratio? 1:2. Okay, so in this way I have formulated this new equation, and where I will solve this, I will get the value of x, and that x value is only our answer, that is the water that is further added. Let's solve it quickly. So see, I'm solving it. So 40 into 2 will be 80, and then this will go there, so which will be 20 plus x. Okay, then this will go here, so 80 minus 20 equals to x, and x equals to finally be 60. So 60 is the correct answer for this question, that is 60 liters. Okay, which is option number D. 60 liters is the amount of water that has to be further added in order to reach this ratio. Okay, so I hope you have understood it. It is a basic easy question, just that you need to know and practice this question beforehand. Otherwise, when you will directly see in your exam, you might not know how to solve it. But if you have once solved it, it will be very easily. You can try, solve other questions also. Moving on now to the next question. So guys, let's look at this first question that we have. Tickets numbered 1 to 20 are mixed up, and then a ticket is drawn at random. What is the probability that the ticket drawn has a number which is a multiple of 3 or 5? Let's see how we are going to solve this question. First of all, we know the probability formula is probability of an event is equals to n of e divided by n of s. Okay, now what is n of e and what is n of s? N of e is simply the event and n of s is the sample space. Okay, let's try to find out the values of these. Okay, n of e and n of s, and then we will just substitute it in this formula to find out our answer. See, first of all, we need to calculate the sample space, which is n of s or s. Directly we can write. Now what is the sample space in this going to be? Okay, see, it is told that tickets numbered from 1 to 20 are mixed up, and then one ticket is drawn at random. So if we have a ticket numbered from 1 to 20, then what can be the sample space? Sample space can be any digit, right? From 1, 2, 3 up till 20, right? Because we are given 20 tickets and we have to draw one. So it can be like we can get any digit from 1 to 20, right? So this is what our sample space going to be. So the value of sample space going to be 20, right? Because we have this 20 numbers. Now we are going to find out the event. Event is what? What is the probability that the ticket drawn has a number which is a multiple of 3 or 5? So let's try to create the event. See, in sample space we have a lot of numbers, right? All from 1 to 20. Now we have to, in event we will only take those numbers which are either a multiple of 3 or 5. So 1 cannot come, 2 also cannot come, but 3 can come, right? Because 3 is a multiple of 3. In the same way 4 cannot come because 4 is not a multiple of either 3 or 5. Next number is 5, which is a multiple of 5. Then 6, which is a multiple of 3. Then 7 cannot come, 8 cannot come, 9 can come because it is a multiple of 3. Next digit 10, which is a multiple of 5, 12, multiple of 3, then 15, then 18, and then 20. So in this way we have prepared the event. Okay, event was what? That it should be a like multiple of 3 or 5. So we have taken all the numbers from 1 to 20 which are multiples of 3 and 5, and we have got these numbers. Let's see the count of them. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So these are 9. Okay, so we will just simply do n of e, which means number of event, which is 9, and then n of s, which is 20, right? So this is what our probability going to be, which is 9 by 20. So the correct answer for this question is option number D. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. The question says, in how many different ways can the letters of the word leading be arranged in such a way that the vowels always come together? Okay, so let's see how can we solve this type of question, and this is the most asked and most common type of questions that are generally asked. So let's write the word first of all which we have. Okay, so the word is leading, leading. Okay, now what we are asked is, in how many different ways can the letters of the word leading be arranged? Okay, arranged means this is a permutation based questions. Okay, very clear. Permutation formula we have to apply in such a way that the vowels always come together. Okay, so we have to find the arrangement in such a way that all the vowels comes together. So let's first of all understand how many vowels are there in this one. So E, A, and then I. Okay, so there are 3 vowels. Okay, so I will write it here, E, A, I, and remaining are the consonants. So what are the consonants? Consonants are L, D, and then we have N and G. Okay, so this is the like one of the combinations. So what they are telling is that find different arrangements in such a way that this EAI or not EAI exactly, but all the vowels should stay together. Now this EAI is one such combination of vowels. What can other be? So see, there are 3 letters, right? So in 3 letters there can be 6 different arrangements which can happen. So I'll tell you what are the ones. So for example, EAI is one, then EIA can be one. Okay, then one more can be AEI, then another can be AIE, then we can have IAE and IEA. Okay, so for 3 letters we can have 6 different arrangements, right? Just for the vowels. Okay, now we have to understand that whenever we have like 3 letters, it has 6 arrangement, which is 3 factorial. Okay, so now we have to find for the entire word leading. Okay, so how we will find out? See, we have to consider that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this whole to be a one single letter, because we are told that the vowels should be all together, right, in your final answer. So how many letters we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will consider 5 factorial multiplied by the arrangements of these 3 intermediate, right? So 3 factorial, right? So this, when we will solve this, we will get our answer. Okay, I hope how you have got how we have solved it. Simply we will just calculate the letters that we have in the word. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, because this 3 always needs to be together. So that is why I am considering it as one letter. And then the internal arrangement of this, for that I have multiplied with 3 factorial. Now let's solve it. So 5 factorial can be written as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 3 factorial can be written as 3, 2, 1. Okay, now 5 factorial can be, so when we will solve it, it becomes 120, and 3 factorial when we will solve it, it becomes 6. So the final answer will be 720. So the correct option will be option number C, which is option C is the correct answer, which is 720. Okay, so this is a very common asked questions. Okay, so if you have understood this question, you can solve any other question based which comes on this type of pattern. Okay, let's now move on to the next question that we have. So see guys, the next question that we have is this. Okay, the question, let's read the question first and then we will be solving it. The question says, in how many different ways can the letters of the word corporation be arranged so that the vowels always come together? So now if you will read it, it is very easy question. Let's try to solve it. So first of all, let me write the word that we have. So corporation. Okay, corporation. Okay, now let's write all the consonants together and all the vowels together. So consonants that we have are C, R, P, R, T, N, and then the vowels that we have are O, O, A, I, O. Okay, so these are the vowels that I have and these are the consonants that I have. Now as a simple rule, what we can do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, because all the vowels should come together. So I will do 7 factorial, but I also have to take care of many small things. Okay, first of all 7 factorial and then the arrangements of these internally. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will write 5 factorial. And if you think that just by doing this you will get the answer, then your answer will be wrong. Okay, why so? Let me explain you. See, in the consonants we have 2 repeated ones. Okay, like R is repeated twice. So what I need to do, I need to divide by 2 factorial. Okay, just remember this, whenever this comes, this situation happens where a letter is getting repeated more than once, like twice or thrice, we will divide it by that number of factorial. For example, if the R would have came 3 times, we would have divided it by 3 factorial. Now I'll also explain you why we are doing this. Okay, so see, we have C, R, P, R, T, N. Okay, so when we will create a combination or the arrangement, we will not combination but the arrangement of words. Okay, one arrangement can be this. Okay, where this R is at first position and this R is at second position. The other arrangement can be this second R is coming first. Okay, and then this first R is coming at a later position. But in actual, if you see, both words are exactly same, right? Because see, the position of R is, first R is coming, first and second R is changing, but when we are reading the word, the sense, in the sense it is same, right? So that is why we neglect this duplicate entries. Okay, whenever there is a duplicate or a repeating letter. So that is why we are doing this 2 factorial. Okay, I hope now it is very clear why we are doing that. Now in this case also you have to take care of that. See, O is coming 3 times, so 5 also we will divide by 3 times. Okay, now our equation is perfectly fine. We just need to solve it. Let's see how we are going to solve it. See, so I am not writing it all in the expanded form. You just have to solve it. It is just simple mathematical calculation. So when you will be solving 7 factorial divided by 2 factorial, you will be getting the answer as 2520. And then this position, when you will solve it, 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial, you will get 20. So this whole, when you will solve, you will get 50400. So which is option number D. So the correct answer for this question is option number D. Okay. Let's now move on to the next question. But guys, before we move on to the next question, if you're finding this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel because it really motivates me to bring more such helpful content for all of you. Let's look at this question that we have. The question says A invested rupees 16,000 at the rate of 10% per annum for 1 year. If the interest is compounded half yearly, then find the total amount received by A at the end of the year. Now this question is very important because here half yearly is very important. Okay. Because in this case we cannot directly apply the formula amount which is for annual. Okay, so now here we need to find here we need to apply half year and amount formula. So what is that formula? So amount is equals to P into 1 plus, so usually we put R by 100, but this time it is half yearly, so that is why we will do R by 2 divided by 100, and then instead of n it will be 2n. Okay, so this is our formula for half yearly. Okay, so if the interest is compounded half yearly, then we use this formula. Okay, just remember that. Now let's solve this question by putting all the values that we have. So let's note down the data which is given to us. First of all, principal that is given to me is 16,000, rate which is given to me is 10%, and time which is given to me is 1 year. Okay, now I will note down all this in my formula to solve it. So principal is 16,000, 1 plus R by 2 which is 10 by 2 by 100 to the power of 2n, n is 1, so it will be 2 over here. Okay, simplifying it further, it will be 1 plus 10 by 2 is 5 by 100 to the power of 2 which is square. So now what we can do is, I can do like this, 1 plus 5 by 100, I can write it as 100 plus 5, 105 by 100. Okay, square, 16,000 will come over here. Now 16,000 multiplied by 105 by 100, 105 by 100, since it is a square, so I am writing it 2 times. These two zeros will get cancelled, this 0 will get cancelled with this 0. Okay, now it will be 2 8s are 10, and then 2 5s are 10. Then further we will solve it, 5, this will get cancelled with 21. So we will be left with 8 into 105 into 21, which when you will solve, you will get 17640. Okay, and this is the amount value that we have found. Just let's cross check whether we will need to ask amount, we were asked to find amount only or compound interest. So in the question it was mentioned, he invested 16,000 at the rate of 10% per annum for 1 year. If the interest is compounded half yearly, then find the total amount received, which means this is the only final answer that we will have to submit. So the correct answer will be option number A, which is 17640. Okay guys, I would always suggest you that after you get the final answer, just cross check in the question that you need to find out amount only or compound interest, because sometimes what happens is we use this amount formula to get amount value initially, and then using that we calculate compound interest, right? By putting in the formula A is equals to this principal plus your interest. But what happens usually, by the time we reach the final answer, like by the time we find the amount value, we feel that this is only the answer and we just select the wrong option. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say here. Let's now move on to the next question. Let's look at this question. First of all, we will be reading the question. A man's speed with the current is 15 km per hour and the speed of the current is 2.5 km per hour. The man's speed against the current is what? Okay, so let's note down the data which is given to us is man's speed with the current, which means what? Current here means stream only. Okay, so you don't have to get confused whenever you see the word stream. So stream and current are both interchangeable words that is mostly used in these types of questions. So here it is told is the speed of man plus the speed of current or stream is equals to 15 km per hour. Okay, this is first data which is given to us. And the second data that is given to us is speed of the current is 2.5 km per hour, which means C value is also given to us as 2.5 km per hour. And the man's speed against the current. Now what does this mean? Man's speed against the current is nothing but the upstream. Okay, upstream is also called as speed against the current, because in upstream what we are doing, we are going in the opposite direction where the water is flowing, right? So that is what is called as man's speed against the current. So upstream formula was what? Man's speed minus current stream, right? Current speed. So see, we already have the C value, but we need to find out the value of M. Okay, once we have the value of M, we will put it in this formula and then we will finally find our answer. So what we will do, M plus C we already know is 15 and C is what? 2.5. Okay, we will substitute it here. So m value that we will be getting is 15 minus 2.5. Okay, this is going to be 12.5. Okay, so we have found the value of m as 12.5. Now we will put this value over here. So m value is 12.5 that we have got. C value, that is the speed of current, we have already got it in the question itself, which is 2.5. So let's subtract it. We will get the final answer as 10, which is kilometer per hour, which is the speed, okay, upstream speed or the man's speed against the current. Guys, you also have to keep on noticing one point, okay, that your values are always in the similar units, like kilometer per hour. Here also it is kilometer per hour. So that is why we are not taking care of conversion. Otherwise, if your time or some value which is not in the proper format, you need to also take care of conversion, okay, of the units. So guys, for this the correct answer will be option number C. Moving on to the next question now. So we have the question given on our screen. Let's read it out first of all and then we will be solving it. The question states the height of a trapezium shaped wall is 8 meters. The trapezium's parallel sides measures 4 and 6 meters. Find the cost of painting the whole wall if the price per square meter is 50. Let's understand. First of all, this is a trapezium based question. So let me create a trapezium in this way and let's note down the data which is given to us. Okay. So it is told that the height of the trapezium is 8 meters. Okay. So this is the height which is 8 meter which is given to us, and the trapezium's parallel sides measures 4 and 6 meter. So the smaller side is 4 meter and the larger side is 6 meter. Okay. So now we have noted down all the data which is there with us. Now let's try to find out. So in order to find the cost of painting the whole wall or the trapezium, we first of all need to find the area of trapezium, right? Because once we have the area of trapezium, then only we can find out the cost for it. So the formula for area of trapezium is half into sum of parallel sides. Okay, sum of parallel side multiplied by height. Okay, so this is the formula that we have for area of trapezium. Let's substitute the values now. So half into sum of parallel sides is 4 and 6. So 4 plus 6 and height is 8. Let's solve it further. Half into 10 into 8. This will be 5. So this will be 40. So we have the area as 40. Okay. So this is not the answer. Just don't get confused. We need to find the cost of painting. So I will write it over here. Cost of painting will be equals to, see, cost of painting will be like we have to paint the entire area and rate per meter square is given to us, right? Rate per meter square. So area that we have is 40 meter square and rate per meter square is 50. So the final cost will be 2000, right? 4 5s are 20 and then these two zeros. So 2000, which is option B, will be the correct answer for this question. So guys, now let's move on to the next question. But before that, if you're finding this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel, because it really motivates me to bring more such helpful content for all of you. Guys, before we move on to the next question, if you're finding this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel. Okay, so we have the new question right in front of us. Let's give it a read and then we will be solving it. The question says the ratio of present ages of two brothers is 1:2 and 5 years back their ratio was 1:3. What will be the ratio of their ages after 5 years? Okay, so let's first of all note down the data that we have and then we will be solving this question. So first of all, I will note 3 different things, that is past, then we have present, and then we have future. What is given to us is the present ratio, which is 1:2. So let's note it down in this section. Then the ratio was 1:3 when 5 years back, which means this ratio is of past. Okay, so I will note this ratio over here. Now we are asked to find out the ratio after 5 years, which means plus 5. So after 5 years we have to find the ratio. Let's try to formulate the equation first and then we will be solving it. So see, what I can do is this present ratio that we have 1:2, I can write it in this way, 1x by 2x, and if I subtract 5 from both, that is denominator and numerator, what I get is 1:3, because we are told, right, from the present age, if we will subtract 5 years, then this is the past ratio that we get. So based on this, we have formulated this equation that we have. Now let's solve this equation to get the value of x, and then we will be finding out the further details that we need to find out. So then it will be something like 3 into x minus 5, which is equals to 2x minus 5 on this side. Solving it further will be 3x minus 15 equals 2x minus 5, and 3x minus 2x is going to be x, and this side minus 15 will go on that side. So 15 minus 5 is going to be 10. So this is the value of x that we have found out. Now based on this value, let's find the present ages, okay, for both the brothers. So the present ages is 1x and 2x, right, based on this ratio I am considering. So x value is what, 10, so 1 into 10 is 10 years, okay, for one of the brother, and the second brother's age is 2 into 10, which is 20 years. Now what we are asked is find what will be the ratio of their ages after 5 years. So what we can do, after 5 years, their ages will be what? For first brother it will be 10 plus 5, which is going to be 15 year, and then for second brother it is going to be 20 plus 5, which is going to be 25 year. We need to find out the ratio of their ages. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to write 15 by 25. Solving it further will give me 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25. So 3:5 is the ratio that we have got. Okay, let's see if we have that option. Yes, option B is 3:5. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number B. Moving on to the next question now. So guys, we have this next question on our screen. Let's read out the question first and then we will be attempting it. So the question says, the respective ratio of the present ages of Ram and Rohan is 4:5, 6 year hence. Now what does this mean? 6 year hence means in future. Okay, so after 6 years, the respective ratio of their ages will be 6:7. What is the difference between their ages? We are going to solve this question also in a similar pattern. What I will do is, first of all, I will write past, then I'm going to write present, and then I'm going to write future. Okay, what is the data initially that is given to us is the present ages of Ram and Rohan is 4:5, which is the ratio of the present. Okay, so let's note down this one first of all, and then 6 years hence, which means after 6 years. Okay, the new ratio is 6:7, and we are asked to find the difference between their ages. So again, we can formulate the equation something like this: 4x by 5x, okay, because this is the ratio, and after 6 years, so I will add 6 on both the ends, like numerator and denominator, and then the new ratio that we will be getting is 6/7. Now solving this equation further, we will be getting something like this: 7 when multiplied with 4x plus 6 will be something like this, then 6 will get multiplied with 5x plus 6. Solving this, we will get 7 4s are 28x, then plus 42. This side we will be getting 30x and plus 36. Okay, let's solve it further. This 28x minus will go over there and become minus, so 30 minus 28x will be 2x, right? In the similar way, 42 will stay here and 36 will go there, so 42 minus 36 is going to be 6, so 6 over here. So the x value that we will be getting is 6/2, which is 3, right? So 3 is the x value that we have got. Now let's find the actual ages of Ram and Rohan. Okay, so see, we are told the ratio of Ram and Rohan age. So Ram's age was 4x and Rohan's age was 5x. Okay, we have taken it from this present age ratio. So x value that we have found out is 3, so 4 3s are 12, and then 5 is 5 3s are 15, right? So now what is asked to us in the question? What is the difference between their ages? So simply we will take out the difference. Okay, so which means 15 minus 12, which is 3. So 3 years is the difference between their ages. So the correct answer for this question is option number A. I hope you are getting it. If you have any more doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. So guys, let's now move on to the next question. So guys, so far we have seen a lot of questions. Now I have one DIY question for you. DIY as in do it yourself question. So I will not be solving this question for all of you. I will be telling you what the question is and you have to solve it on your own, and you have to write down its answer in the comment section. Let's read the question. First of all, the ratio of the present ages of Anju and Sandhya is 13:17 respectively. 4 years ago, the respective ratio of their ages was 11:15. What will be the respectively ratio of their ages 6 years hence? So you need to find out after 6 years what will be the ratio of their ages, and the answer is going to be one of these options. So guys, if you have watched the video so far till here, make sure to attempt this question and write down the answer in the comment box. So guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you do, please give it a like. If you have any more doubts, please drop them in the comment section. You can also join me on Telegram and follow me on Instagram as well. You can ask your queries over Instagram DM too. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss on any of the important updates or notification whenever I upload a new video. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.